What's up? It's your girl Beverly Supernova coming at you once again from Nova Scotia. And we're back to fighting the wind to make sure that you're able to hear me. But it's Nova Scotia, so it is what it is. I want to share with you today, as I'm looking at these trees, a quote from Alice Walker. It's actually one of my favorites. And it's something along the lines of, nature isn't perfect and yet somehow is perfect. It's something along those lines. I can't remember the exact word, and I don't really need to look it up, but that's the sentiment. And as I'm looking at these trees, I'm reminded that they all grow in different ways, even though we consider them all beautiful, and they all, should theoretically grow exactly the same, but they don't, because nature does not grow in the exact same mold every single time. And you should remember that, because you are part of nature. We are all part of nature. I mean, unless there's some bot out there looking at this right now, you're not really part of nature. I don't really know what you are. So yeah, that's for the bots. And honestly, we need to be thinking about that. We need to be thinking about organic in a human sense. Which, I mean, shout out to the chess grandmaster I heard about. I can't remember his name, and honestly, I probably should have verified it a little bit better. It was just a random post on social media, and you shouldn't trust everything on social media, but it was nice to see anyways. He beat an AI machine that everybody thought was going to beat him, and that shows that we should not be relying on AI to do all the thinking for us. We got to stop acting just because something is logical and built with logic and all this stuff. Stop. We're hurting our own evolution. People need to be challenged. People need to be given opportunities. It's sick watching AI be taken into pretty much every market, including the arts. This is crazy. It's absolutely disastrous. We are at a time when we were finally getting education to the masses, and people should have education because it gives them the knowledge, and knowledge is power. Ignorance is bliss. Back to my previous comment on, I don't know if all development is good development. And I think that we need to really question our perception and anti-intellectualism. Give people their credit where credit is due. Kind of like that old commercial that used to come on in the 2000s here in Canada, where it was like, nobody's good at everything, but everybody's good at something. Yeah. Nobody's good at everything, but everybody's good at something. And now people are getting opportunities that they would have never gotten in previous generations. This is supposed to be a beautiful time for humanity. We should be getting the opportunities to flourish, not for us to just pass over ourselves and go right to some bots, or as some people are calling them, clankers. We need to start prioritizing our communities. We are social creatures, and the human aspect of things. I am a strong advocate for the potential of humanity and the human connection. We're also some of the first people to be able to travel so freely in terms of the ability to go somewhere within like 24 hours anywhere in the world. That was not available to previous generations. We seem to forget how recent a lot of these inventions are and these shifts in our society. And it's kind of BS that it's not more accessible to everybody, because as they say, it's not really revolutionary if it's not accessible to everybody. We are only as strong as our weakest links. And in this time, we are watching humans struggling because other humans have decided to prioritize metal and electricity over humanity. They basically turned their backs on the rest of us. And I love tech. I've been into technology my whole life. I've been playing video games for over 30 years now, as crazy as that may sound. But honestly, we need to start giving people time to develop. We gotta stop expecting people to just show up completely developed overnight. People are much like plants, much like everything else in nature, where we need to be taken care of. We need to be we need to receive all of the necessary materials for growth. And that includes opportunity. If a seed never gets planted, it never got the opportunity. It could never grow. And how would we even see the potential for humanity if we do not give these people the chance to grow? And that is kind of my issue with a lot of social issues, is that it comes down to, very simply, some people are just not given the opportunity to grow, and then everybody goes, well, see, it was a dud anyways. It's like taking a seed or even a sprout, ripping the sprout out before it gets to fully grow, and then like, well, see, it could have never been a tree. Let the trees grow. Or more directly, let people grow. But yeah, that's my little rant for the day. That's my thoughts. That's what I'm kind of thinking about. I'm sitting here paying attention to humanity, including the developments in technology, and just very frustrated. And I feel like if our ancestors could be here today, a lot of them would be just as frustrated. And that's not to bash people who love technology, because I love technology. I am somebody who you could have described as chronically online at periods of my life. But even then, there is a difference between relationships with technology and, we call it, the real life. That's something that, especially in the 2000s or in the 2010s, real life. What is real life? Well, real life is the human experience, the human connection and community. So anyways, I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna go enjoy some nature. And remember, you yourself, you're part of nature. Maybe you're nature protecting herself. Anyways, peace.